In this video, we're going to look at the internet and the World Wide Web, and we're going to look at the government, governance, and guidance of the World Wide Web. So the main thing you should know is that there is no one organization that owns the internet or the World Wide Web. Nobody owns the internet or the World Wide Web. That said, some people do own the infrastructure, some of the infrastructure of which, which is part of the internet and the World Wide Web. So telecommunication companies, cable companies, Google owns, a lot of hardware that all contributes to what we know of as the internet and also the World Wide Web. But no one person owns it or controls the internet and the World Wide Web in totality. And that's kind of interesting. So governments can also limit what is on the internet, right? So governments can limit what's on the internet, but it's difficult to enforce. So we looked at the Great Firewall of China and how China doesn't allow its citizens to see certain sites like Facebook or Google. And but however, if you are in China, there are ways to get around that firewall, and you could do that with something called proxy servers. And so a proxy server would be like, here I am in China, and I'm not allowed to talk to Google. However, I could contact this proxy server in Amsterdam, maybe, and from that proxy server, I could then contact Google. It would get the Google page, and then it'd mask that it's a Google page, right, that it's from Google, and send it back to me in China. And that's what a proxy server is. And so even though nobody owns or controls the internet, governments can limit what their citizens see. And even though governments can try to limit what their citizens see, there are ways to get around those limitations, like with proxy servers. So what are some of the organizations that help guide the internet and the World Wide Web? There's the Internet Society, and the Internet Society addresses issues impacting the internet. So you can read about this here on Wikipedia. International nonprofit organization founded in '92 to provide leadership in internet-related standards, education, and policy. To promote the open development, evolution, and use of the internet for the benefit of all people throughout the world. Pretty cool. It's headquartered in Virginia in the United States with offices in Geneva. Pretty cool. And then there's also ICANN, Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. And this organization regulates the domains as well as some other things. But like if you need a domain name, you don't go to these people to buy it, but they regulate the companies who do sell them. And they ultimately regulate which domains are available and not available. And so this is the company, it's down in Los Angeles, that regulates all the top level domains. So a top level domain, there's an example of a top level domain, right? The domain would be .com there, the top level domain would be .com there. And then we have the Worldwide Consortium, the W3C. And the Worldwide Consortium is a group the World Wide Consortium is the main international standards organization for the World Wide Web, founded by Tim Berners-Lee. Pretty cool, huh? And yeah, so these are the ones who really kind of look at how do we write web pages and what standards do we use for creating web pages. So that's what the World Wide Web Consortium is. So these people help sort of guide web page development. These people sort of help guide, who gets what domain names. And this organization here helps work for the welfare, making sure that the internet is used for the benefit and welfare of all beings. So there's no one organization or government that owns or controls the internet or the World Wide Web. Governments can limit who sees what, and they can limit websites. Companies can limit websites. So Google search results absolutely filter down, and they give you certain results. Right? But no one organization, no one government owns or controls the internet. And even when governments try to prevent you from seeing certain things, you could use proxy servers to circumvent, right, those controls sometimes. And so that's a little bit about the government, governance, and guidance of the internet. You should absolutely know after this video about the World Wide Web Consortium. And yeah, that's about the main thing you should know about after this video. All right, that's it.